To gather inputs for Maven, an easy-to-use Excel template can be downloaded from in-source website. It is a macro-enabled template which helps modeling information in a more structured and easy way. The first input which we seek on the template is a cross-functional process map which captures upstream and downstream processes. A Visio process map can be directly exported into this template. We need a level 2 process map, which shows the following attributes. What steps are being performed in a process? In what sequence are they being performed? What are the key decision points in the process? What are the various outcomes of these decision points? What are the exceptional paths in the process? And which teams are performing these steps? Maven Excel template convert this process map into tabular Excel format with the columns B and G, representing the arrows in the process, which is the sequencing of the activities. And column C here, shows the activity description. Maven also picks up team names from the process map and fills here. The process steps are then enriched with volumes and processing time data which are used by Maven to quantify effort required to perform those activities. Maven asks for the average daily volumes the operations are processing and how much time they're taking to process one unit of volume. Volumes are collected for start activity along with outflow % for decision outcomes. Processing time or AHTs are fed in for all activities performed by in-scope teams. If an user does not have a volumes or AHT level data, Maven can work with process effort in hours or FTEs as well. While collecting this data, Maven can work with readily available estimates, and does not need an accountancy level accuracy. Maven sensitivities and validations will take care of any variations in the data, as in when we go ahead with the model building. Apart from effort, Maven also asks for which systems are you using to perform these activities. The key softwares or the application's names can be entered here using comma-separated values. Teams are a vital component for the overall analysis as this information helps Maven understand how the teams are running the given process. Hence, the second level of information Maven needs is the team's information. Here it needs to know which are in or out of scope teams. Are they human or a system team? Where are these teams located? What are their operating shifts? What are their working hours? What are the size of these teams as well as how much do they cost in terms of HR and infrastructure components? The next piece of information Maven requires is what we call as forms and rules. Forms and business rules are used by Maven to define the complexity of the work performed by the teams in the process. Forms here are documents, screens, modules that are used to perform process activities. The business rules is defined as the key data fields or attributes present in the forms which the teams are looking at while performing a corresponding step. Each business rule is also tagged with respective competencies, which defines how complex is that business rule. Whether that business rule is used for fact-based work, such as a copy-pasting or a data entry tasks. Or is that business rule is used for computing any outputs in the process or used for performing any rule-based tasks such as calculating the gross amount, calculating the gross taxes, or is that data used for making any human judgment, such as approving certain inputs, such as making a decision to verify or reject? Both forms and business rules are used by Maven to define complexity or competency requirements for process activities and generate insights for identifying process similarities, work allocation opportunities, automation opportunities, and other scheme-related analytics. The second last piece of information for model creation collected through Excel template is the control information. This information helps Maven assess the current risk management framework and optimization opportunities around the same. Every project, every process have some inbuilt control steps which are used to mitigate certain operational risks. The template shows all of the activities given by users in the process map and highlights the activities which are the potential control activities in the process. User can tag here the existing control activities in the process. And while tagging the activity as a control, you need to mention, what are the objectives of having those controls? Control objectives can be defined as a free text and are often given by senior management or risk managers in the operations. If one or more number of activities in a process forms a single group control, you can also tag all of those control as control activities and group them by tagging those with a unique number in column G, which is called control ID. The last input which we ask in the Excel sheet is more related to a specific analysis on Maven which helps user identify NVACUs. User needs to categorize process activities into these 4 categories. Select whether the activity given here is an action tasks, routing task, reporting tasks or recording or retrieving task. Select from the given options. This completes the inputs gathered via the Maven Excel template. This template is then uploaded on Maven to create a new project. Once the Excel template is uploaded, Maven verifies the completeness of the information given in the Excel and also asks users to correct errors, if there are any in the Excel template. Maven will ask user to complete few additional inputs which though not mandatory, but are critical to a number of analytic computations. It will take the forms and business rule data from the Excel template and ask user to tag those business rules and forms to respective activities in the process flow. User can use Maven functionality to do a many-to-many mapping between forms and business rules, and activities. While mapping forms and business rules to activities, user need to select the mode of the forms flowing through the activities. The mode can be selected here as the format of the document or the input coming into the activity. These can be a digital file, a scanned image, or it's coming in manually or in form of a physical file. Based on the forms, user have to select the respective modes. The second part of input which Maven will ask is for user to validate their existing controls. Since the control activities and the objectives are already collected in the Excel template, Maven will ask you what types of risks are associated with the given objectives. Risk type can be selected from Maven library of operational risks given here. Then, user need to select which risk activities are associated with the given objective and are vulnerable to the selected risks. Having already selected the control activities, user also need to select what type of controls are these. Control types can be selected from the given options here. Based on all these inputs within 40 seconds, Maven will create a digital operating model and generate these operating model metrics.